I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. Today I just wanted to talk about some stuff in Battlegrounds and how even though Battlegrounds has been only out for 3 days, maybe 4 days, let's see. Came out Tuesday, so 1, 2, 3 days, let's say 3 days. It already seems like the meta is kind of being solved. When I first started playing Battlegrounds 3 days ago, I was like, ooh, new toy, interesting. And even at this point, it seems like I'm sitting there going, yeah, I understand what I'm supposed to do, let me just do it and get done. And it's kind of made me think more about how even stuff like Hearthstone is getting to that way, how we're about halfway through right now on Hearthstone for the minis that comes out, and it already feels like the problem's been solved, the meta's been resolved. And it seems like every time we get a new set, we get new cards, it seems like it's becoming faster and faster, easier and easier for us to come to a conclusion. And I get that at least part of that is people like me. And that we come in here and we try to theory craft everything and we try to figure out what's going on even before it comes out. And we try to tell people the day that it comes out that hey, play this deck, it's the most broken deck in the world, 100% win rate, buy now, craft now. And because of that fact, you don't really have the exploration that you used to have. I already know in Battlegrounds that dragons are broken. I already know that, pilfered lamps are broken. I already know that the wondrous ball is broken, and that's was just 3 days of playing. Now, are there some things still to be discovered? Yeah, I'm sure there are in different things, There's never times when you don't stop discovering new stuff. But it seems like everything's just faster and faster now. Not just with the speed of the games, but just with how we're coming to conclusions, how stuff already feels like it's old. I already feel like Battlegrounds is it's not exciting anymore. And that's kind of sad. The fact that I'm sitting in Battlegrounds and I know exactly what to do now. And there's really no solution around this. Because no matter what anybody did, it would just be solved again. And the problem with it is, and I want to use problem loosely, is the fact that it takes some of the wonder out of it, But maybe that's just because of where we've gotten as a game in whole, as a society in whole. It's the fact that, first time I got pilfered lamps, I was like, oh, how does this work? Let me try it out. And I was like, oh, I'll take pilfered lamps because I know it's the most broken one. Or the first time I saw the new demons show up in the Battlegrounds, I was like, oh, what's this card? Now I'm just like, oh, it's that demon again. And I think it's impossible to ever fix that, especially now that we, for lack of a better word, rang the bell or let the genie out of the bottle. You're never going to get to a point of pure innocence of just not knowing what's coming. Even I've made predictions about what the next mini set is. And there's a part of me that already is starting to predict what the next set is, not just what the next mini set is, but what the next actual set is. I'm sure there are other people out there who are already contemplating and theory crafting what's going to be in the mini set, what's in the set, not just developers, not just designers, not just people don't know, but just the community in general is already sitting there going, okay, we've seen this, now what's next? And there are so many modes in Hearthstone, and it just feels like every time that we get a new toy for one of these modes, there's the time frame of that toy being useful is becoming shorter and shorter. I remember times where, like, for a month you were excited to get a new expansion. You're like, oh man, I'm going to try this, and oh man, I'm going to try that. And then it felt like you were down to, like, 2 weeks. And then it felt like you're down to 3 days. And now, I'll tell you, there's times when a new set comes out. And I'm more excited about the pre-expansion than the expansion. Because I know as soon as the expansion comes out, in like 5 hours, it's going to be solved. And I'm just wondering if I'm the only one who feels like this, if I'm the only one who thinks this. And what we could do, what is out there, because at the end of the day, I don't know if there is a solution to this. And that's the worst part about this, is usually I try to see both sides of this, of what can be done. I don't like to be 100% negative about this, and this could just be who I am and how I am. But if there is something out there, I'm not sure how it goes. What you could do to make the game always seem fun and interesting to come back to. Because everything that you add to the game, if you keep it coming back too often, it just becomes a regular part of the game. I mean, I could think of some stuff that'd be interesting to do. Let me just come up with some stuff off the top of my head that could be interesting. What if 1 week the Tavern Brawl was a duel, where everybody got to play as Murlocs? All 8 heroes were just the different Murlocs exist, and that all the cards were in there were Murlocs. Every single card was a Murloc, and you just played a Tavern Brawl for a week where it was all Murlocs. You do it once, it's interesting, it becomes too regular, and then it's, boring again. You have duels where you say, you're going to make a Sardanafrius card, and you're just going to make a card for him that's for Druid and Warrior, even though that's not what he is, but a Warlock and let's say Warlock and Warrior, and just because those two combine, you do new dual cards, You can bring all this stuff out, but once it's out and people play it once or twice, it's no longer new, it's no longer interesting. And I don't know how you fix that. I want the game to be fun. I want the game to be interesting. I want people to come to this and say, hey, I want to play this, and hey, I want to play that. And maybe it's just because I've been in this too long, and no, I'm not quitting. I'm not getting out of this. I'm still going to play. I still got Battlegrounds. I still got Mercenaries. I still got, Hearthstone to play. But it's just weird. Am I the only person who feels like this? Am I the one who thinks that already the novelty of Battlegrounds has worn off and we're only 3 days in? Anyways, thank you all for letting me just express some of my thoughts on this. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember, play for fun.